What's up, guys? Here you can't see me on the camera because I'm sitting behind it, but we are here with my friend Erik from Sweden.
Yeah.
Erik, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I've been rehearsing for a couple of hours now, so it feels great to do some talking as well.
Yeah, that's nice. Awesome. Could you tell us a bit, what do you do? Which bands do you play?
I play mainly with two acts. I play with Structural Disorder, which is the band I've been rehearsing with now. It's a prog metal, prog rock type band, which features 3, sometimes 4-part vocal harmonies, the electric accordion, genty stuff and mellow stuff, and some cool rocky stuff sometimes as well. So yeah, it's a bit diverse job to have. And then I'm playing with 6 Feet Deeper, which is a more of a 70s type rock band, with a great female vocalist. So yeah, those are my 2 main acts as of now.
So with Structural Disorder, you released an album a couple of years ago?
Yeah, we released 2 albums. The first one we released back in 2013, and the last one we released was last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was last year, 2016.
And you guys are working on a new album now,
yeah,
right?
We're working on a new album now. So we're currently in like the pre-production phase. We're gonna record the drums hopefully in a month or so.
Mm-hmm.
It will be a bit more heavy than the last album. Like the first album was pretty heavy sometimes, like really, like almost like thrash, death metal heavy, to some extent. And then the second album was more of a melodic, mellow album in some respects, and then this one is like kind of like the natural progress of that.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah.
And when can we expect to see that coming?
I have no idea.
No plans so far.
Yeah, we have plans of releasing it, but hopefully early next year. Considering like how long things take with mixing and mastering and getting the label, the album, and everything like that, getting it out there. So hopefully next year.
Heard it, guys. 2018 new album, and with Structural Disorder, that's kind of a new project for you, right?
Structural Disorder.
No, sorry, I mean 6 Feet Deeper.
Yeah. It's a really new project, and it's been really fun to play stuff like that because I find that it inspires me to play better with Structural Disorder as well. Because like the music is it's similar in some ways because you gotta like mind your playing and don't mess up. But it's more like you can focus more on looking at the audience and communicating with the audience and putting on a good stage show rather than just playing the notes as correct as possible. Yeah. I'm not saying that Structural Disorder is just like a neck-gazing band, but it has its days when you're just like focusing on playing the correct notes.
I mean, the music is probably like more complex.
Yeah, exactly. And like it demands a certain focus to play music like that. You gotta be like on edge in your mind. And with 6 Feet Deeper, it's more of like being present in a room and being present with the rest of the band. Because we interact so much live. We play together in a different way. We make stuff up on the spot. Like improvise a little more. With Structural Disorders, there's a lot more like, here's how it should be played. You can do some variations on that, of course, but like the general skeleton of the song is this, and don't mess that up. So it's much more composed, so to speak. Yeah.
And how did you guys find each other?
Me and the drummer Emil, we were jamming together last summer, and we like jammed like 2 or 3 times. We had a great time. Played everything from like played King Crimson, we played like Led Zeppelin, we played everything, like from King Crimson to Led Zeppelin to like Iron Maiden, all of the stuff that we liked and enjoyed listening to. We're like, we gotta find a guitar player, and we had a guitar player coming in who's also a great vocalist, but unfortunately he had such a busy schedule with school because he was like starting a new program and everything, so he couldn't make it. So we were like, okay, crap. Well, let's do the drum and bass thing then. So we did that a couple of times, and then well, things kind of went like, okay, let's get back to work and everything. And then, like one of the first days of January, he texted me on Facebook, like, I've got a singer and a guitar player.
Okay.
They want to start a band. Are you in? Hell yeah. So everything went pretty fast from there. I think like a week later we had our first rehearsal. We were actually in this place here. And we set up our stuff and we just, we jammed. We played some Led Zeppelin songs, some Winery Dogs, some Helicopters and whatnot. And we're like,
it just clicked.
Yeah.
Okay.
It clicked. Instant chemistry and everything. Like, this feels great.
Cool.
When are we seeing each other next time?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, that was really cool to be able to do that and get back to that, like the first steps of the band.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I've been playing this game before. It's like when you were playing a game on like the Game Boy. Like I know what to do in this level. So it was kind of nice to like reuse my knowledge.
Yeah.
In a way.
Of course. And like in the process of writing songs, how does it work in this new band for you?
It's been kind of like it's kind of old school in a way. Like you bring a riff, you play the riff, and everybody tags along, and then you got a song.
Okay.
I wrote a couple of riffs that I put together, like a loose idea of the song, and I brought it to the band, and they brought it to life. And it's been the same way around with everything. Someone brings a riff, and everybody puts their thing to it.
Yeah.
And that's really nice because it's really cool to work like that.
Yeah, definitely.
And to be able to like be so free and like I've got an idea. Let me do something like do that. Like, it's pretty open. And that feels great.
So everyone contributes to like the end product.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And everybody brings their A game to everything, and that's really cool.
That's cool. You gotta have like chemistry in the band.
Yeah.
Cool. You guys are releasing an album soon. Yeah. Right.
Releasing our debut EP 2 weeks from now, on the 24th. Yeah, on the Thursday, the 24th. And then on the 25th. Then on the 25th, we're playing at Södertälje Festivalen, which is a festival here, outside of Stockholm. So that would be really...
Would you consider that as your like kind of release show?
Yeah, you could say that, and it was kind of like intentional. I'd say that we're releasing the EP the day before that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
How many songs are going to be in the EP?
5 songs, 4 original and 1 cover song. So yeah, I'm really proud about that EP.
Yeah.
It's been so different to listen to it because we recorded it live.
Oh really?
Yeah. With Structural Disorder, it's like, okay, lay down the drums. Okay, now it's my turn. I lay down the bass. And then you add the guitars and whatnot. Yeah. With this, it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, go.
Yeah. That was the take.
Yeah, that was the take.
Yeah.
And I think I did 1 punch in. For those.
Yeah, for those dealers. Yeah.
Because that was hard to hear in like the big room that we were in. So I did 1 punch in, and I think 2 of the guitar solos are like done afterwards because you want to have some additional time, and the vocals are of course done afterwards because then you get like the option of doing retakes, which you didn't need as many. Sarah is such a great singer.
That's
she's
awesome.
got an amazing voice, and she's so spot on with her pitch. It's amazing to play with a singer like that.
Yeah.
Not that Marcus and the other guys in Structural Disorder aren't great singers, but it's great to work with a new person who's a great singer.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
so it was. I think we did the entire EP in 2 days.
That's pretty good.
Day 1, it's kind of a funny story. We got there. It was like 2 hours from here in Stockholm. Studio Nude, it's called. We got there at like 10:30. Set everything up. So at like I think like 11:30 we were good to go. And then our drummer was like, "I've got a sore throat." We're like, "What? I think I'm going sick." Oh crap! So after that, we grabbed something to eat, and then we like just hit the songs one by one.
Yeah.
So it's like I think we did like 2 or 3 takes on every song tops.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that was really
That-
really something.
Yeah, I mean that's a tight schedule. Like 2 days,
Yeah,
like setting up the gear and
Yeah.
mics and recording. That's
yeah. It was a really tight schedule, but it worked.
yeah.
It worked so great
Mhm.
because they are such great musicians, and we're having so much fun together,
Mhm.
and that's an important thing as well. I think
Definitely.
to like enjoy each other's company.
And when or where, sorry, can the people find the EP when it's released?
Everywhere on digital,
Hmm.
every digital platform, I should say.
So
Spotify,
iTunes.
yeah, Spotify, iTunes, what's it called Amazon,
Hmm.
whatnot. Yeah.
Do you guys have a website?
No, we're working on that.
Okay.
It's kind of been slacking in that respect. But you can find us on Facebook. It's 6 feet deeper. That's what you need to look for.
We're gonna put a link in the description
Yeah.
below.
That's great.
And you guys also have a website or Facebook with Structural Disorder,
Yeah,
right?
and we got a website as well, so structuraldisorder.com and facebook.com/structuraldisorder.
That's also coming in the description, by the way. And okay, you've been holding that thing right there for a while.
Yeah,
That's your new baby, right?
yeah. I've had this for a bit over a year now.
Yeah.
So this is my favorite.
Could you tell us a bit about your setup?
My setup. Okay, so. Okay, so my setup it starts off with the Yamaha Attitude bass. It's the Billie Jean signature model, so everything is kind of inspired by the way he sets up his things. But I've kind of tweaked it into my own way of doing things.
Mm-hmm.
So this bass is a dual output bass, so you can run each pickup to an individual output, which I do when I'm recording and when I'm playing with 6 feet deeper a lot. Because I'm gonna explain why in a second. So as of now, I'm just running the P style pickup,
Yeah.
and it's going into the Line 6 Helix LT, which is like my latest piece of gear that I absolutely love and enjoy using. So as of now, I've got it set for a preset, which is for rehearsal. Rep means rehearsal in Swedish. So anyways, this is a dual signal setup. So I'm going into the Helix via the guitar input, and then in the Helix I've got a split, and before the split we got a pitch function. So here's the E, here's the B, and like I showed even before, if you want to play a humpa, if you want to spare your fingers, sorry. So yeah, I'm running into I'm running into the pitch shifter, so I'm pitching the bass down to a B E A D bass, kinda, and then the signal is split into two, and then we got, let's see if I can, then we got the Obsidian 7000 preamp thingy, which is based on this bad boy here, the Darkglass B7K Ultra, and then after the Obsidian, I'm going into a compressor and a noise gate, and then I've got a cab sim there, a 410 cab sim, which is bypassed. And this signal is running into the EBS Classic 450 and the Marshall 410 cabinet. And this is just a low end tone. I'm gonna show you how it sounds. It sounds like...
I don't know if you can hear it on the camera, but that's just low end, no highs, just massive round bottom end.
Yeah. So that's coming from that speaker. And then the other signal, I should say, this signal path is routed to the right tele output and going into the EBS head, which is really convenient to be able to split your signal like this. This is insane, actually. Then the other signal path goes into the effects loop, and in the effects loop we've got these two lovely pedals. I've got the Darkglass B7K Ultra, the Kraken edition, and I got the Darkglass Alpha Omega, and I'm using them for like two kinds of distortion flavor. The Alpha Omega is more of a gnarly type of distortion, and this is more of my rhythm my rhythm tone, if that makes makes any sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what they are there for. And like the B7K Ultra is pretty much always on in the distortion, with the distortion when I'm playing like more the metal type stuff. But it's nice to be able to like clean it up completely and have this nice, this round, clean tone.
So you're using the B7K as an EQ pedal as well?
Yeah, an EQ, or you could say like the main preamp of this tone. Yeah, because and that's pretty much because I'm so used to using it. I've been using Darkglass pedals since 2013 actually. So yeah, I've been a huge fan of their gear ever since, and I'm so grateful that they are working with me, and that I'm getting to work with them, I should say. So yeah, that's the main reason why I'm using this, because I really enjoy using the EQ, and I'm so like, it's kind of like you're a creature of habit as a bass player. You're used to something, and you kind of like, I really love the Helix and the preamps that it's got inside of it, and like I said, the Helix equivalent of the B7K Ultra is used on the clean tones. I mean, it works great as well. It's just, yeah, I'm a creature of habit, you could say. And it looked cool to have some additional gear. I mean,
and you've got also like in-depth tutorials of the Helix and the Darkglass stuff, right?
Yeah, I got plenty of tutorials on pretty much everything. And if people want to know anything about these products, just hit me up and I'll try and answer them. That's like something I enjoy doing, explaining how.
So the link to your YouTube channel is also coming in the description.
Yeah, lots of links there. Anyways, after the effects loop and these two lovely pedals, we got a compressor, which is pretty much just taking down the hot signal of the distortion pedal and like evening it out a little bit, just taking down the attack. I got it set for a 0.1 millisecond attack, and then the quickest release possible, just to take down like the attack transient. The reason why I've got the distortion placed before the compressor is the reason that, if you can tell, like if I'm playing soft, it's pretty clean, but if I'm when you're digging in, you get that bite.
Yeah.
If you're playing soft,
it's a nice breakup.
Yeah, you get a nice breakup that's kind of tubey.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why the compressors after the distortion kits. Remember that. After the compressor, I've got a chorus, which I'm using pretty much for the intro to our song Someone to Save. So that's why I'm using a chorus, and it's nice to. It's always good to have a chorus as a bass player, because you never know when you're gonna play. Then you need a chorus.
Definitely.
Definitely. And then we got a noise gate, and then I've got a cabinet impulse loaded, which is bypassed as of now, because sometimes you want to go direct to the PA, and then I've got two nice cabinets that will mellow out the harshness of the distortion and make it sound more like a bass tone. So yeah, and then after that I'm going into the wonderful Darkglass Microtubes 900 amp, which is a powerhouse, to say the least. It doesn't weigh pretty much anything. And as you can see, I got the volume set for like, I don't know what it's called, like 8 o'clock or something. And if I were to if I were to place the volume where I had it at rehearsal on the Helix, like, yeah, you will hear this.
Definitely.
You will hear it far away. So yeah, that's pretty much the setup as of now. I'm using the Cloix Link power supply for the pedals. They've got individual fuses, I think it's called. So like if one goes bad, you can always switch them out, which is nice. It's like cool. when you're daisy chaining pedals. And one breaks, you're gone. So that's a neat thing to have. Other than that, a TKS cabinet. I don't bring this on the road as much as I would want to because of logistic reasons.
Yeah.
But it's a great cabinet. Doesn't weigh as much as you would think. It's like a lightweight cabinet built in Sweden. I highly recommend you check them out.
TKS.
TKS Engineering. I think it's tks.se, and they ship, as far as I know, they ship all over Europe and whatnot. They sound great. I have a tweeter in it, and I find that, it's the 210 with the 212 with the tweeter, and then the 410 Marshall cabinet, normal cabinet for the lows.
Cool.
So yeah, that's my setup as of now, and this works for both structural disorder and it works for 6 feet deeper. Especially since I can get the
low beat.
Yeah, that's like a huge thing.
And you use the same bass for both bands.
Yeah. This weekend I will be the first gig I do with structural disorder. I'm using a 4-string actually. I've been using a 5 or a 6-string most of the time with structural disorder. But I've been trying this out at rehearsal, and the guys have been like, "Yeah, it sounds great."
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it involves a bit of tap dancing. Like the most critical moment is like in the very first song. The first thing that happens, it starts off with the bass intro. Then I'm going down here. I have to clean it up, and then I need to have hit the. Because otherwise I'm playing a G, and you don't want a G when everyone else is playing a D.
No.
So yeah, the other way around is pretty okay. But yeah, so that's like the critical aspect of this gig. But other than that, it's a simple and nice setup, and it works really great. Especially when you can split the signal like this and have the low end coming from one source and the high notes from another.
Yeah. Also considering that you can take just the helix and your pedals and travel everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. I could just bring this and I could be playing all over the world.
Yeah.
I just need a nice PA.
Cool. Where can we check you again? YouTube?
I'm on Spotify with both of my bands. You can find me on Facebook, either my personal account or the bass player account. You can add both if you want to. It's perfectly fine with me. And if you have any questions on the setup and the tones I'm using, the playing I do, whatever, hit me up. I'm happy to answer.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you.